The unsurpassed, penetrating and perfect truth is seldom met with, even in 100,000 myriad kalpas. Now we can see and hear it, we can remember and accept it. I vow to make the Buddha's truth one with myself. Homage to the Buddha, homage to the Dharma, homage to the Sangha. Excuse me. So for our last talk on that which is engraved upon the heart that trusts to the eternal. In the Dharma realm of that which is, there is no self or other. So of necessity, hasten to be in accord with it by simply saying, not two. Within this not two, all are alike, and nothing is not included. The wise in discernment in the 10 quarters have all awakened to this principle. In the Dharma realm of that which is, there is no self or other. The one which is, that which is, beyond all duality of good and bad. I like this and I don't like that. I have these opinions, this history, these characteristics. The Dharma realm is beyond characteristics. All the things that make up me, all the opposites through which we see the world, none of them is the reality, and they just distort our perception. No self or other, no me and everyone else, no us and them. So much of our world, our experience, and all the things that we strive for are based on the idea of me. Me, the center of the universe. And all my ideas of what is good and what is not, and so on. It's all based on me. So of necessity, hasten to be in accord with it by simply saying, not two. Hasten, don't waste time, life is short. And what have we got to lose, really? Hasten to be in accord with it, to be in harmony with it, which is what we really want. It's what our heart really wants to do, to live in accord with truth, with that which is, to see clearly. Simply saying, not two. We're not saying all is one, but that we can grab onto the idea of oneness. And up to now, Kanchi Sosan has been talking about the oneness of our everyday mind and the one which is, but we're going beyond that now to not two. No duality. No cutting things up into good and bad and all that. We go beyond all of it to not two. As we chanted this morning in the most excellent Biru Samadhi, you are not it is all of you. It's the same thing. Within this not two, all are alike, and nothing is not included. This is why we need to go beyond all is one. Everything is included. The one and the many, all is one, and all is different, no opposition. With the ideal comes the actual, as the Sandakai says. If we get stuck with the ideal, all is one, we're falling into duality again. We're ignoring the actual, all is different, and all the many conditions and situations of our everyday life. We need both. This is why we don't despise the experiences of our 6 senses, as the Sandakai again says. We need them. If from your experience of the senses, basic truth you do not know, how can you ever find the path that certain is, no matter how far distant you may walk? We need our body, our senses, and just our daily life. And by the way, the 6 senses do include our mind. Our mind is just one of the 6 senses. It's not beyond them. We can use it, but we don't want to give it too much power over us. And we don't want to completely identify with it, as we tend to do. We are not our mind, though we might tend to think we are. It's just one of our senses. I am not my nose, I am not my ears, I am not my mind. And again, the seeming self is not as solid as we might feel it to be. My mind, of course, no, we're not our mind. It's just one of the senses. Interesting. And our mind is not nearly as reliable as we would like to think it is. We misremember, we misperceive things, we miss everything. Don't believe everything you think, as they say. And we use our mind to let go of the mind, to let go of all the thoughts and things of our experience and find the not to. We do need the mind, of course we do. We don't despise it, but we don't completely believe in everything it comes up with, because the heart is not the same thing as the mind, but we need the mind, and the heart is more central. The wise in discernment in the 10 quarters have all awakened to this principle, the principle of not to. Keido Chisan hasn't made all this up. The wise in discernment have all awakened to this. It's not, she hasn't thought it up. It's experienced by the wise ones who have gone before us. Great Master Keisan's work, the Denkoraku, which is a record of all the ancestors of our tradition down to his own time, is full of examples of this principle, starting with the Buddha, who said, "I was, am, and will be enlightened, together with the whole of the great earth and all its sentient beings, simultaneously. There is no room here for me and other, All is one and all is different. The whole of the great earth and all its sentient beings is not forgetting about them. We're all there together." The width. This principle is beyond compression and extension in time or space. Within it, 10,000 years is as a single thought. Nowhere is it not present, and the universe infinite in the 10 directions is right before your eyes. The infinitesimally small is the same as the largest in this realm where delusions have ceased. The immeasurably large is the same as the smallest, for no boundaries or surfaces are to be seen. Existence is not other than that which is beyond existence, and that which is beyond existence is precisely what exists. This principle is beyond compression and extension in time or space. Within it 10,000 years is as a single thought. Time and space are really just our own concepts, and they're relative. When somebody asked Einstein to explain relativity, he said, "If you were to put your hand on a hot stove and leave it there, a minute would seem like an hour. When you're dancing with your girlfriend, an hour seems like a minute." Very simple illustration. It's all a matter of our perception. I like that analogy. Nowhere is this principle not present, and the universe infinite in the 10 directions is right before your eyes. We just don't see it. But it's described in the scriptures, the Avatamsaka scripture, this vast work. It has completely mind-boggling descriptions of the vast numbers of worlds, as numerous as the grains of sand in the Ganges. You couldn't possibly count the grains of sand in the Ganges. Each world with its own Buddha. And it's meant to be mind-boggling. Our little minds can't possibly imagine such vastness. And yet it's also right before our eyes. We just don't see it. Astronomers are trying to see this vastness. Billions of galaxies, each with billions of suns and planets. And again, it's actually far beyond what we can really imagine. And we couldn't see it all. The infinitesimally small is the same as the largest in this realm where delusions have ceased. The immeasurably large is the same as the smallest. Again, the most excellent mirror samadhi, it says the same thing. It calmly, clearly shows when all conditions ripen. When minute infinitesimally small becomes, when large it transcends all dimension, space. The minutest particle is the same as the most vast thing we can conceive of. It's all part of the Dharma realm of that which is. We can't figure it out with our little brain, but we can just know that it's vast. There's something really nice about that. We can't possibly fathom it. For no boundaries or surfaces are to be seen. There's nothing to separate one thing from another. There's nothing to contain or limit anything. Our skin seems to define our body. What is inside is me, and what is outside is not me. It seems straightforward. But we breathe in and out all the time, along with molecules and vapor and so on. Is the air inside me part of me or not? And the food and liquid we take into the body, and then some of it passes out of it. Is it part of us or not? It's not as clear as we might think. So seeming skins and surfaces aren't as clear as all that. And everything is like this when you look more closely. Things aren't as clearly defined as we might think. Everything is deeply connected with everything else, including the things we like and the things we find disgusting. Existence is not other than that which is beyond existence. And that which is beyond existence is precisely what exists. As the scripture of great wisdom says, form is only pure, pure is all form. There is then nothing more than this. For what is form is pure, and what is pure is form. Nothing separate. No clinging to form or clinging to purity, immaculacy. They're both the same. They don't stand against each other. All is one and all is different. Once again. As you may know, many translations of the scripture of great wisdom have void or emptiness rather than pure. And Rev Master's translation was the same way. Form is only void, void is all form. But at some point she changed void to pure. I think she's the only one who did this, because she felt that people would misunderstand void and think it was some just kind of cold, bare emptiness. Not a kind of the big emptiness, but it's just a kind of bare, barren emptiness. Whereas in fact it's anything but. As Reverend Master said, it's the fullest emptiness you will ever know. It's not cold and bare. It's full of compassion and so on. But we can't describe it. If matters are not such as this, then by all means do not hold on to this. The One is everything. Everything is the One. So if this isn't the way things are, then don't hold on to it. Don't get stuck with this description, Count Jiyu-San says. Don't just believe what I say. Find out for yourself. If I'm wrong, well, don't hold on to it then. I don't think she's wrong. And the One is everything. Everything is the One. And all is one. Is not all is different. It's not two. We can call it the One or we can call it the not two. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that we realize it for ourselves. We don't have to worry about descriptions, but sometimes they help point us in the right direction, just to show us, this is where you're going to go. Don't get stuck with that. Don't get stuck with descriptions. Don't get stuck with all these talks you've been having. If you can be as herein described, why waste your time worrying over not finishing things? Trust and the heart are not two separate things. The not two is the heart that trusts to the eternal. Words fail to describe it, for it is beyond the past, the future, or the now. So if you can really see this vastness, or experience it for a moment, why would we waste time fussing over little matters like not finishing things? We try to be responsible, to do what we set out to do, but we can't control everything. We can't make it all neat and tidy. Sometimes we can't finish something. Maybe we don't need to. We simply do our best, without worrying about everything, trying to control everything. We just need to trust in that which is. Trying to control is actually a problem. Just be careful. Do what we can, try to do our best, but we can't make it all neat and tidy. So trust and the heart are not two separate things. The not two is a heart that trusts to the eternal. Words fail to describe it, for it is beyond the past, the future, or the now. Once again, as the Buddha says, I was, am, and will be enlightened, together with the whole of the great earth and all its sentient beings simultaneously. Both time and space are just our limited view, concepts that help us to navigate our way through life. The past, the future, and the now, it all can come together. And sometimes we may see beyond these concepts and see that actually they're not real. And finally, trust and the heart are not two separate things, as Kanchi Sozen has been saying all along. The not two is the heart that trusts to the eternal. No separation, not even for a moment. Even when we forget, we get upset, or we get stuck with some opinion, or there's something we want or don't want, we can't lose it. We can't lose that heart. No matter what we do, no matter what may happen. And when we keep coming back to it, when we keep trusting the heart, trusting the eternal, the unborn, unchanging, we keep letting go of our preferences and opinions. We keep letting go of fear and worry and all the other things that come in our way. We can know it's there. It always was, and it always will be. Never doubt that for a moment. Words fail to describe it, for it is beyond the past, the future, or the now. That which is engraved upon the heart that trusts to the eternal. Homage to all the Buddhas in all worlds. Homage to all the Bodhisattvas in all worlds. Homage to the scripture of great wisdom.